this is the first video of the Dizzy Eats channel. I'll be recreating these Pop-Tarts. I put the ingredients to the left. Right now we'll just be peeling the apples. This took me a minute because I've never peeled something before, and that sounds crazy, but I just never had to peel anything. And I just realized very quickly that this was a harder task than what I thought. But I learned though that you need to peel in like longer strokes. So she decided to dice hers. I wanted to slice them into like really, really tiny pieces, like almost mince them in a way, because it was really late and I was not trying to bring out the blender. And that's what 3 apples got me. And right now we'll be melting 1 tablespoon of butter. And I wanted to brown the butter just a little bit. I added the apples slowly, just let them cook and absorb the butter and allow their juices to kind of come out. But I do apologize for the smoky screen because I was not taking into consideration that the smoke will get all up in the camera. But next time it will not be like that. I added another tablespoon of butter. I added some vanilla essence. Then I added a decent amount of nutmeg. And I'm still going with the nutmeg. I'm still pouring the nutmeg, and then I switched to some cinnamon and I added probably like about 3 or 4 tablespoons of that. Just guessing it out of eye. I'm really stuck at metrics and measuring things.
2 hours later.
Now I'm making the cornstarch and the water mixture. She used cornstarch. I didn't have any cornstarch, so I just used water or flour. I used flour and water instead of cornstarch and water. And with the filling, I just kind of pour it all over. Now I'm pouring the filling into the bowl because I need to allow this to cool while I lay out my pie crust and get a couple other things sorted out before I jump to the filling part. She looks like hamburger meat in a way. It doesn't look too appetizing, but it's also the lighting. Like my freaking ring light turned off before I could get a chance. And I didn't even realize it until later. So that's what it looks like. Shout out to Aldi for this $2 pie crust. I'm just laying it on the cardboard, and I know my cardboard's smaller than the pie crust, and that kind of bothers some people. It bothered me a little bit, but I'm just laying it on there. It's almost like a pizza, or I'm using brown red sauce all over, but it's apples. It's supposed to be really good. But I'm just laying the second one on there, and I failed miserably when I did that, but it's fine. You know, I can just align it carefully, and she's all good. I'm just aligning all of the corners together, even though a circle has no corners. Then I'm trying to flour this countertop, but it's just not working. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong, but I tried for a while. And then I quickly realized I didn't flour the cutting board, so now I just have to flip it, and that kind of messed it up, but, you know, it's fine. See, she looks good. Now I'm just folding in all of the corners so nothing seeps out when it's being baked, and that was fun. But then I realized that she just got really ugly. Like, this just got really ugly. But it's because of how I shaped it after that. I shaped it terribly, and then I pressed the corners too hard. I pressed the edges way too hard in the beginning, and then I just started softly pressing them because I learned my lesson pretty quick. And this is what she looks like. She looks so pretty. Then I used some egg wash, and I just patted it down, put her in the oven for 375 for like 18 to 22 minutes. Now I'm making my icing. I messed up here because I definitely added way too much almond milk, like way too much, because this thing was super liquidy. It looked like the milk from Cinnamon Toast Crunch after you're done eating it. And I wasn't messing with it, man. Like it wasn't doing the thing it was supposed to do. So here I am just continually trying to get it together, and I didn't want to waste it, so I tried to pour it on there after it came out the oven, but it like separated, and I just was not messing with it. So what I did was I just spread it all over the pastry, and here she is in all her glory. And I will be remaking the icing tomorrow. and allowing that to rest. Here I am just redoing the icing because I wanted to make it right. I wanted to make actual Pop-Tarts. So I added hella powdered sugar, probably like a cup. And then I added some salt, some cinnamon. I really wanted it to be that brown color. But then the missing ingredient was this milk cream. And this milk cream was so good. It just allowed it to thicken up. And I didn't add as much as I did yesterday. So while I was mixing, I realized like this is the consistency that I wanted. And I added just a little bit more just to make it easier to mix. And she looks freaking awesome. Like, look at that. Look at that color. This is like 5x speed. 5x5 speed. I don't know how the fuck to say it. But yeah, now I'm drizzling the icing on there. And then I will try to get everything out with this fork. And then I'm just going to spread this fork around. Yep. And now I'm going to cut it. So my cutting skills are absolutely freaking terrible. But luckily, this will be the one-time thing because my cutting skills are terrible. They're terrible, but they will get better, I promise. So as you can tell, she looks good. She looks like a homemade Pop-Tart. She really does. And I'm going to taste test it, and I'll rate it. And let me tell you, man, those crumbs falling off, that's how you know. That thing was busting. That thing was like a 9.2 out of 10. Look at her feeling. Look at that. She looks like a Pop-Tart, just ugly, got cut up all ugly and stuff. But, you know, she looks like a Pop-Tart. Look at that icing. Look at her glistening. That's a good Pop-Tart. If you would like to support the channel, you can always like, comment, or subscribe. Or you could buy one of my really cool shirts that I made. It's a brand name called Vshl, and it's super dope. Thank you. Have a good day.